హలో ఆల్, వెల్కమ్ టు మనా స్టార్స్. నేను మీ లోహిత. ద్రాక్ష పండు లాంటి ముద్దుగుమ్మ, ద మోస్ట్ బ్యూటిఫుల్, ద మోస్ట్ టాలెంటెడ్ దక్ష నాగర్కర్ ఇప్పుడు మనతో ఉన్నారు. హాయ్ దక్ష.
Oh, that's such a sweet introduction. But thank you.
How are you
Thank you.
doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. You look very beautiful.
Thank you. So do you. You look so
Thank
pretty.
you so much. సో బేసిక్గా ఎవరైనా డాక్టర్ అవ్వాలనుకొని యాక్టర్ అయ్యాను, లేదా యాక్టర్ అవ్వాలనుకొని డాక్టర్ అయ్యాను అంటూ ఉంటారు. కానీ మీరు ఒక డాక్టర్ ఫ్యామిలీ నుంచి యాక్టర్ ఫ్యామిలీకి వచ్చారు. సో ఈ జర్నీ ఎలా మొదలైంది?
సో నేను డాక్టర్ అంటే నా మొత్తం ఫ్యామిలీ డాక్టర్ కాదు. A few people and but yeah, everybody is in a different profession altogether. But they say right, అందరికీ ఒక కాలింగ్ అని ఉంటుంది. నా కాలింగ్ నాకు ఇక్కడ అనిపించింది.
దట్స్ సో నైస్. సో మీరు ఇండస్ట్రీకి వచ్చి 9 years అవుతుంది కదా?
ఓ ఇస్ ఇట్? I don't know only.
బట్ యూ డిడ్ ఫ్యూ ఫిల్మ్స్. సో ఇట్ మీన్స్ దట్ మీరు చాలా చూసీ స్క్రిప్ట్ సెలెక్షన్ లో. సో వాట్ మేడ్ యూ?
అది మిస్కన్సెప్షన్. నేను చాలా చూసి అని అలా ఏం లేదు. వెన్ ఐ డిడ్ మై ఫస్ట్ మూవీ ఐ వాజ్ ఆల్ ఆఫ్ జస్ట్ 15 years old. Okay, so for me to after that movie I was just 15, so I was still in school. I had to do my +2 and everything, so I took my time off. Movie tarvata nenu at least for 4 years I didn't do any movies, and then even after that when I did, I again took like 2-3 years because I was still doing my entering my for third year, and I recently just finished my MBA. సో అందుకే గ్యాప్ వచ్చింది, కానీ నేను అంత చూసిగా ఉన్నాను గ్యాప్ రాలేదు.
ఓకే, సో ఇట్స్ లైక్ అంటే మీరు చేసే స్క్రిప్ట్స్ అన్ని వెరీ యూనిక్ ఉంటాయి.
Yeah, that is true. That is something I did consciously and unconsciously both. I wanted to always express myself as somebody who can act really well, and then people see me on screen, I wanted them to be in awe and all. So I thought only stories that are different from the regular can give me that scope. That was my whole perception earlier. So I tried to do a mentally challenged girl, or be it a gamer, or then be it a different kind of a story which is not usually made in Telugu. So that's it. Even with Ravanasura, it's a very different kind of a script. You are going to see everybody in a very different light than what they were before. So that's right.
Okay, so my first movie హోరా హోరీ తేజ గారితో, తేజ గారి డైరెక్షన్ లో. సో మీకు ఆ మూవీ ఎలా వచ్చింది? సో వాట్ డిడ్ యూ థింక్ బిఫోర్ సైనింగ్ ఫర్ దట్ ఫిల్మ్, దిస్ ఇస్ ఫర్ మీ అని?
సో నేను అంత ఆబ్వియస్లీ ఆలోచించలేదు. I mean, look at it from a 15-year-old perspective. You don't have so much brains to think like that. But the sir approached me after seeing my pictures from a beauty pageant. He saw my pictures and he asked, he got my number and he asked me that he's working on a particular project, and if I'm interested. I'm like, I'm all in, I want to do this project. So that's how it happened, and that's how I just from out of a contest I directly landed on a movie set, and I was working with Teja sir. And then after working with him is when I got to know that people tell that he's strict or whatever it is, but to me he was extremely sweet, helpful. He made me learn the language. He helped me get into my character really well. He understood where I was coming from, what I needed to do to get to that zone. So I think for me it was a very comfortable journey.
Nice. So beauty pageants and movie is like completely different kada. So అంటే ఇండస్ట్రీ వచ్చిన తర్వాత ఎలాంటి ఛాలెంజెస్ ఫేస్ చేశారు మీరు as a 15-year-old girl?
Okay, so absolutely. I mean, the challenges definitely didn't come then. It had come obviously now, and once I decided to come back, it was a challenge. When you give such a long gap, people think that you don't want to do movies or you didn't have offers. Ala ankuntaru. Kani for somebody to understand that a 15-year-old needs to go to the school is the challenging part. So that's when the challenges came. But when I was doing my first movie, I was just flying in the clouds. I was giving interviews. I was all over the place. I was getting dressed all the time. So it was just a very La La Land feel for me. So I was just very happy. I didn't face any challenge back then.
Okay,
yeah.
So this is something for the newcomers. స్టార్టింగ్ లో ఛాలెంజెస్ ఉండవు, తర్వాత ఉంటాయి.
Exactly, that is very true actually. When you getting your first movie is actually not so difficult, but stabilizing that space and moving forward from there, irrespective of how your movie's verdict is the challenge.
Yeah.
And my challenge was extremely different. I think my challenge nobody has faced is coming back after giving a gap.
Oh, coming up back after a
Yeah.
gap. Yeah. But you are proving it right.
I'm hopeful I will.
And coming to Ravanasura. ఇది మూవీ స్టార్టింగ్ అప్పటి నుంచి వెరీ హై యాంటిసిపేషన్ తో వస్తుంది అండ్ దెన్ April 7th గ్రాండ్ రిలీజ్.
Yes.
సో హౌ డిడ్ దిస్ మూవీ కమ్ టు యూ అండ్ వాట్ మేడ్ యూ చూస్ దిస్ మూవీ?
So my producer Garu called me up, Abhishek sir. He called me up and he's like, he's producing this movie, and there are a couple of characters, and we feel you fit for both of them. And which one do you think you would want to pick or something like that? And that I feel very grateful for, for somebody like him to give me that choice. And in fact, how I met him was I met him for another project, which didn't happen for me. And then I think after a few months, he called me up for Ravanasura.
Oh, wow.
So that's how I got Ravanasura. It came to me, and then I heard the story, and I was the moment I heard it, I was very sure that I will do it, because apart from it being such a huge movie, it also will satisfy a person who really craves to explore herself as an actor. When you're new, you really want to build a space, build a ground for yourself. Everything else follows. So for that reason also, this movie was on point for me.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
And Ravanasura is a demon's world. So
Okay.
చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి మనం రామాయణంలో we know that Ravanasura is a villain in our lives. సో ఈ మూవీలో మీరు రాముడికి సీత లేకపోతే రావణుడికి మండోదరియా?
So I can't reveal my character. So
Little
that's
bit.
no, not at all. Like that's the twist of the movie, that you can't reveal your character. But like I said, having said that, I feel it's the perspective how you look at characters, good or bad or evil or whatever
Yeah.
it is. But to me, I can't obviously reveal you. But what I have done is not something I have done before, and I'm hopeful that you see the actor in me through this.
We are going to see on April 7th.
Yes. Yeah.
సో టీజర్ రిలీజ్ అయింది. ఇట్ వాజ్ లైక్ అమేజింగ్ టీజర్. కానీ అందులో మీ గ్లిమ్స్ కొంచెమైనా కనిపిస్తుంది అనుకుంటే అసలు లేదు. అంటే మీ క్యారెక్టర్ని అంత సర్ప్రైజింగ్ ఎలిమెంట్ ఉంటుందా? ఇప్పుడు ఇంకా సాంగ్స్లో కూడా రివీల్ చేయలేదు, టీజర్లో రివీల్ చేయలేదు. వాట్ ఈస్ దట్ సర్ప్రైజింగ్ ఎలిమెంట్?
So it is definitely a surprise, but if you see the glimpse that was released before the teaser, it only had me.
Yeah, it had, but then there were no dialogues as such, right?
So even in the teaser, there are no dialogues and anything, because words give away things that you want to hold. So trying to keep fewer words and more impact, so that people come with their own anticipation, own presumptions, and then they see the world that we have created. We want them to be surprised, we want them to be thrilled and all of that.
Yeah,
So
we are actually excited about your role. We were like 3 songs వచ్చాయి, దక్ష గారు లేరు, గ్లిమ్స్ లో కనిపించట్లేదు, అసలు టీజర్ లో కనిపించట్లేదు, ఏముంది రోల్ అని ఫుల్ ఎక్సైటెడ్ ఉన్నాం అనమాట.
సో ఐ థింక్ ఆ డైరెక్టర్ మేడప్ చేశారు, నన్ను గ్లిమ్స్ లో పెట్టారు కదా మొత్తం, వేరే వాళ్ళు ఎవరిని పెట్టలేదు. సో లైక్ టీజర్ లో వేరే వాళ్ళని పెడదాం అని ఐ థింక్ బ్యాలెన్స్డ్ ఇట్ దేర్. మరి చాలా మంది ఉన్నాం కదా, సో యూ హావ్ టు బ్యాలెన్స్. He is doing that.
సో మూవీ ఇప్పుడు డైరెక్టర్ గారు వచ్చి మీకు నెరేషన్ చేస్తారు దట్ 5 హీరోయిన్స్ ఉన్నారు, 2 హీరోలు ఉన్నారు. సో హౌ డిడ్ యూ ఫీల్, అరే ఇంతమందితో నా రోల్ ఫిట్ అవుతుందా, కరెక్ట్గా ఉంటుందా?
So I had the liberty of firstly choosing. I think I was the second person to be on board for this movie after Ravi sir. So the playground was pretty much open when I signed the movie. So I didn't have any such thing as, where will I fit? I heard my part, I heard the other part. I felt my part was what I want to do now. This is the space I want to explore. I want to do something that I've not done before. I want to be something that I am not in real life on screen. So it's a challenge that, to go every day in the morning and be somebody who is not even 1% of what you are. So that's why I picked up. And then once I was on board, I didn't bother who is doing what or who's come on board for what. All that I didn't really bother. All I cared about is what I have to do, how do I prepare for my character, how do I convince people that this is me, and what you see otherwise is not me. Because that's the whole point, right? You have to convince people.
Yeah.
They have to believe in what you're portraying. So that was only my focus. I just focused on that part. Whenever I sat with our director also, those are the only things I spoke about. I never spoke about who's doing what, how many days who's working. All those I never really cared or bothered about. Like that never even had my 1% of attention.
సో ఇప్పుడు మీరు చెప్పినట్టే హౌ డిడ్ యూ ప్రిపేర్ ఫర్ ద రోల్? ఐ మీన్ ఏదైనా కొత్తగా నేర్చుకున్నారా స్టంట్స్ ఆర్ యాక్షన్ సీక్వెన్స్?
No, నేనేం కొత్తగా నేర్చుకోలేదు. But I can tell this movie is the first time where I actually tried ropes and harness. For the first time, this is where I was, my first encounter with harness and ropes happened in this movie. So that was very exciting. కానీ నేను స్పెషల్గా ఏం ట్రైనింగ్ తీసుకోలేదు. But just to not be myself was the biggest challenge. Somehow what you are, how you are as a person, I mean, eventually like comes out in your nuances or something like that on screen. To just block off that part was the biggest challenge. Yeah.
సో ఈ మూవీలో 5 హీరోయిన్స్ ఉన్నారు. సో యూ హ్యాడ్ ఛాన్స్ ఆఫ్ వర్కింగ్ విత్ దెమ్ ఇన్ ద మూవీ, రైట్?
That also I can't tell you. Also I can't tell you, but I am sure everybody is a character. Every person, they bring something very relevant and important to the table. And you'd find them, they are there for a reason. They're not just there. They're just there for a reason. And that's something you will see. So it's not like, I can't tell you actually.
Okay. We are missing it. Theaters lo chustamu. And how is it working with Maharaja Ravi Teja garu?
Oh my God. So I think he is one of the most humble, most helpful people you will ever meet. He's somebody who's extremely like, sometimes you don't even have to ask him, sir, will you be able to do this for me? He'll do it himself for you. He's that kind of a giving person. So he's extremely sweet, very, very humble. Also, when it comes to on screen, when you have scenes and all of that, a lot of times you don't have dialogues, but you have to express, there how you can make it more impactful just with your eyes or your body language or whatever it is. Those are the times when he really helped me. So I'll remember this for a very long time. He just, apart from that also, how you conduct yourself outside after your shot is done, how you behave around with people. A lot of times you should not be yourself, and how you conduct yourself basically is how you are putting yourself out there for people to see. So make sure it always matches the vision that you have for yourself. So those are the little things that I have learned from him, and I think those are the things that you really need in your life.
True.
Yeah.
So Maharaja garu is full of energy and Sushant garu is very calm and composed. సో ఇద్దరితో వర్క్ చేయడం ఎలా?
అది యాక్చువల్లీ బయట వాళ్ళకి అలా అనిపిస్తుంది. సుశాంత్ ఇస్ ఫుల్లీ కామ్ అండ్ కంపోజ్, బట్ సుశాంత్ గారు ఐ డోంట్ థింక్ is calm and composed. It's just the aura that he brings is very like composed, but he has his own set of shades that he has. He's as fun as in Ravi sir, me, or the hyper side that we have. He's just as fun. He can match anybody's energy. It's for people to see. I mean, I think obviously after this movie people will see him very differently, so you'll see him.
We'll see.
He kind of blasted on screen.
ఇప్పుడు మాకు అది ఎక్సైట్మెంట్ ఫ్యాక్టర్ అనేది ఇంకా బిల్డ్ చేస్తున్నారు మీరు.
Okay, I'm glad.
Waiting for April.
I'm doing justice to the whatever I was told. I'm doing justice for it.
You are కొంచెమైనా రివీల్ చేస్తారేమో అంటే అసలు ఏం రివీల్ చేయట్లేదు కదా.
యాక్చువల్లీ మీరు నన్ను ముందు కలిసి ఉంటే నేను మేబీ రివీల్ చేసేసేదాన్ని. నాకు నిన్ననే తెలిసింది ఆఫ్టర్ డూయింగ్ అన్ ఇంటర్వ్యూ విత్ ద హోల్ టీమ్. నాకు తెలిసింది that you don't have to tell. So I was like, I'm so glad that this happened yesterday. Otherwise by now people would be knowing the story. So like I'm glad
we missed out.
I'm happy. Otherwise I would be out.
యా దక్ష. అండ్ మూవీ అపార్ట్, ఇప్పుడు మీ పర్సనల్ లైఫ్, సో ఇన్స్టాగ్రామ్ పోస్ట్ అని అసలు ఎవ్రీ వన్ ఆర్ లైక్ దక్ష పెట్టింది పోస్ట్ అంటే దే లైక్ ఓ మై గాడ్
That
కిల్లర్
is so
పోస్ట్ అని.
sweet, no?
యా, సో హౌ డు యూ టేక్ ఆల్ దోస్ కాంప్లిమెంట్స్, ఐ మీన్ కామెంట్స్ under your photos?
So I don't read comments as such unless they show it on the screen. I don't really read them, but I know, like from the count of it, I know that people really are appreciating your work. Sometimes when I put about anything that I'm doing or something that I'm trying, I do get these things, you know. I think Instagram has always been such a boost of confidence, you know. For them it doesn't matter what is happening with the work part of it. They love you for who they are, and that is, I think, the most sweetest thing, you know. If people are accepting you for who you are, what more do you need?
True that.
Yeah.
So recently March 1st రోజు you put a picture on Instagram, mirror selfie తీసుకున్నారు, and
Okay.
then phone pouch లో you had money.
Okay.
Is that money?
Yeah.
Yeah, people were commenting how much do you put in that pouch.
So that's you know, when you pray and then you have the money after praying, you keep the money, right? So I didn't want to put it in any bag or anything because, you know, bags keep changing. So I thought I'd put it in my phone cover so it stays with me.
So everyone
Is
will
the
not
lucky-
looking at you, but then the phone cover lo enta pettindi
That's the sad part. That is sad if people were not looking at me and they were
I
looking
mean
at
they
me.
look at you obviously.
But yeah, no, I can't. How much? I won't. But yeah, that's that money, you know, puja chesina tarvata double untundi na,
Mhm.
that money it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we saw in your bio that you're a surfer.
Okay. So I love surfing as a sport. There are only two sports that I really love. One is football, one is surfing. Football నేను ఎప్పుడు పోస్ట్ చేయలేదు playing football, and it's been really long time that I actually played football. I used to do that in school. Now it's like because of the sun and tan and all, I don't play football anymore. But surfing is something I can't live without. Like if there is a beach and proper waves, if I can surf those waves, I'll be in the water. I'll never be on the land.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
nice. Surfing is like అందరికి హాబీస్ అంటే ప్లేయింగ్ ఆర్ ఏదో ఒకటి చెప్తారు, కానీ సర్ఫింగ్ ఇస్ లైక్ వెరీ న్యూ. ఐ మీన్
Okay.
బీచెస్ అనేవి అందరికి యాక్సెసిబుల్ ఉండవు కదా మిడిల్ పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద కంట్రీలో. But then you're doing surfing, that's like really inspiring.
Yeah, I've learned it. I've picked it up a couple of years ago, and I could never leave the board after that. It's such a therapy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is for you. But
Yeah,
then
it is
you have to
definitely
post
a
your
therapy.
videos of that also.
I will.
Surfing.
I haven't traveled, I think, in a few months because we were shooting and all of that. So once I go again this time, I will
Sure.
post a video.
And I forgot to ask about your director, Sudhir Verma garu.
Okay.
How was it working with him?
Sudhir Verma, working with Sudhir Verma, it was one of the directors who was in my list of working, you know. The kind of movies that he makes, the kind of color palette that he uses in his movies is something I love. I love, you know, when you're in an acting school, those are the kind of color palettes or those are the kind of looks is what they teach you as you know, as art. And he's somebody who does that in Telugu cinema. You know, very few people do that, and he was on my list. And when I knew it was him, I was like, I have to do his movie. It's no chance I am going to leave it. And then it turned out to be a palette of Ravanasura. If you see the color palette of Ravanasura,
Yeah.
it's that what I love. So I was like, what more can I ask for? This is what I wanted. So like, I am doing this no matter what.
Nice. So నాకు ఇప్పుడే సడన్ గా ఒకటి స్ట్రైక్ అయింది. లాస్ట్ మూవీ వాజ్ ప్రశాంత్ వర్మ అండ్ నౌ సుధీర్ వర్మ. ఆ వర్మ కనెక్షన్ ఏమన్నా ఉందా?
Oh, you are only thinking about the Varma connection. I am pretty shocked about the Teja connection that I have. My first movie's director's name is Teja. The other movie that I did, the actor's name was Tejas. Then the other movie that I did, Zombie Reddy, the actor is Teja. I am now working with Ravi Teja.
Oh.
More Tejas. I'm like, what kind of coincidence is this?
I think universe is sending you some signs.
How many? What are the other Tejas that we have? Let me like focus on that. So yeah. But let's hope all the surnames. Let's cover all the surnames.
Yeah. So ఇప్పుడు దాకా serious conversation we had. So I want to ask you something. Spill the beans featuring
Okay.
Daksha. So I'll give you some phrases. ఇండస్ట్రీలో ఎవరికి సెట్ అవుతుంది అండ్ వై ఇస్ ఇట్ సూటబుల్ ఫర్ దెమ్ చెప్పాలి.
ఓకే, ఐ విల్ ట్రై. నాకు అంతమంది తెలియదు కానీ నేను ట్రై చేస్తాను.
పర్సన్స్ యూ వర్క్డ్ విత్ ఆల్సో యూ కెన్ సే ద ప్లే బాయ్.
ప్లే బాయ్. Playboy.
I mean, whom do you think?
I don't think anybody is playboy that I have come across. Everybody has been extremely decent around me. They've treated me really well. They've been very, very kind and sweet to me. Very warm. No one has been the playboy kind. Everybody has been like the warmest people.
Okay, so the most innocent.
Innocent. Teja sir.
Tejas, and why?
He's innocent. He is that child at heart, you know. He does not understand the concepts of the world. He is just in his own zone. He's very honest and true to what he does. So he's a very innocent man.
And everyone's crush.
I think Che.
Che.
He is no.
Yeah, he is.
He is everyone's crush.
I mean, why?
Why is Che everyone's crush? I don't know why is everyone's crush. But I think every girl likes, that lover boy, the sweet, the simple kind of a guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
The husband material?
Ravi sir.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Or Sushant also. Can be. No, actually Ravi sir only. He's the husband material.
Okay. And the most romantic?
Most romantic? Nagarjuna sir.
Ah, perfect one.
Yeah.
I won't ask why.
No, but he's absolutely the most charming person you will ever meet.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was lovely interacting with you, Daksha.
Same, yeah.
Yeah. So మీ ఆడియన్స్ కి April 7 మూవీ వస్తుంది ఏమన్నా చెప్పాలి అని అనుకుంటున్నారా?
సో రావణాసుర 7th of April కి రిలీజ్ అవుతుంది. అంటే చాలా క్లీషేగా ఉంటుంది నేను చెప్తే దట్ ఐ వర్క్డ్ వెరీ హార్డ్ ఆన్ దిస్ మూవీ, బట్ డెఫినెట్గా నేను నాలాగా ఉండకుండా వేరే పర్సన్గా యాక్ట్ చేసి లివ్ చేశాను ఆ పార్ట్ని. సో మీరు మా మూవీని చాలా ఇష్టపడతారు అని నేను కోరుతున్నాను. సో ప్లీజ్ 7th of April కి వెళ్ళి రావణాసుర చూడండి. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
That was lovely interacting with you, Daksha.
Same here.
Had so much fun.
Me
and
too.
all the best for your movie release.
Thank you.
Thank you.